I'm joined by Akash Ohri, joint MD as well as CBO of DLF. Thanks so much, Mr. Ohri, for taking the time. DLF is again buzzing in trade, lots of noise you guys have been making. Stellar Q3 numbers, I would say. Highest quarterly sales, annual guidance already surpassed. What's the sort of outlook looking now for the rest of the year?
No, thank you for having me in the show. I think most importantly, we're pretty overwhelmed with the response that we've got for the Dahlias and our other businesses as well. So we're not complaining. We're grateful for our customers' support always. As far as the quarter is concerned, I think it's good for the industry in general for doing the kind of business that we are doing. I think it also is an indicator of the priority that real estate is getting today. I think, and that is very important. So I represent DLF, but I think if I wear the industry hat also, I think it's quite encouraging to see that investments are being now driven to real estate, and which it so rightly deserves. So I think that is something which is a good trend to have. Looking at our quarter four going forward, there's enough on the plate. We've got Mumbai, we've got Goa, we've got the Gurugram project, as we've been talking in our market guidance. So and of course Dahlias right now is you've seen what we've been able to do, almost about 12,000 crores with about 173 units, and this is I can't call these as pre-launches or anything, because these are super luxury. They're just one-on-one meetings and interviews, and I think it's a strong trust that the customers have now supported DLF with, and I think that is something that has fueled this growth.
Right, Mr. Ohri, let's now sort of dive deeper into the Dahlias, right? Talk to us about the composition of buyers, right? What sort of NRIs are you seeing? What sort of Indian buyers are you seeing for this project?
So Dahlias has a very healthy mix of Indian entrepreneurs, Indian business families, top CXOs, a good almost 10% plus businesses come from NRIs. And I think what I'm seeing today is it's an endorsement to a quality product. People are putting a priority to good, healthy, and luxurious lives. So I think what they are doing right now is endorsing products like the Dahlias, and this is also part of a legacy, as I mentioned in the morning as well, which is from the Aralias to the Magnolias to the Camellias. Yeah. So it's not just a flash in the pan. Please understand that there has been this very sustained development that DLF has been doing over the last almost 2 decades to get to where we are today. So the endorsements that you are getting today is, I think, people who understand that in spite of what the numbers that you are seeing, they are seeing value in that, and there is obviously a growth potential there as well.
Mr. Ohri, the pace is what is sort of stunning to people, right? The pace at which Camellias were sold versus what we're seeing with the Dahlias now. Talk to us about that difference. How do you read that?
No, so you're right. I mean, it took us about 9 years to cross 11,000 crores in Camellias, and it took us 9 weeks to cross, come close to 12,000 crores in Dahlias. Again, as I say to you that, please don't negate the work that has been done over the last 10 years. So a lot of people who at that point of time maybe didn't believe in our story or the super luxury story, and everybody, as you know, has an opinion about everything. But I think what is important is that the show and tell, the experience of it, the values that each super luxury home has brought to our customers, our owners, both financially as well as emotionally. I think that has led to this particular growth. Also, please understand that a lot of families who had come on board maybe 10 years back, their children have grown up, and they want them to be in the same ecosystem. As I said, it's the opportunity cost of money. Are they putting their money right now in prioritizing where they live, which they are. It's demonstrated that. So I think all of that, if you see, it's a good mix of all these factors that have led to this particular thing. I think a lot of people who have been talking to us and who were waiting for the Dahlias to be introduced, who did not board the bus earlier, are people who endorse the product now. It's very strong word of mouth. These are people who are we are in touch with continuously. It doesn't matter whether we sell or not. We are our process in our sales processes on a daily basis entail that we continue to make sure that we are talking to our customers, and our prospects. It doesn't matter. We are not selling them anything. We are just making sure that our conversations are alive, mostly with our customers on a daily basis, and not only here, across the globe. So as long as you do that, and you let the customers know what we are up to, they take their validations and confirmations from their friends and family. So it's not fluff. What is important is that if you see, it's a hardcore substance product, right? And the endorsements have to come from the investors.
Mr. Rory, also talk to us a bit about the sort of highest and the lowest value in this in the Dahlias, right? The average price is about 70 CR. What's the range that we've seen?
Range has been from, let's say, about almost, if I can say, almost say about 55 to about almost 125.
So yeah. We're seeing the 100 crore mark being breached in Gurugram now.
Oh yeah, 100 crore mark has been breached in Gurugram for some time now. Camellia did it. Camellia started that whole trend. And again, don't get daunted by the 100 crore number. It's the same thing for any other luxurious product, right? You look at cars, watches, this, that. Every a product, please don't, just because it's crossed that, I think it's caught a lot of eyeballs, but that's the natural progression for products in real estate as well. It's just because the real estate products take a kind of the capital is what it is, and therefore you see it. But otherwise, if you see any luxury products around the world, they all in their categories command the same money.
Got it. Mr. Rory, also talking about the macro market from Gurugram POV, where are we seeing it compete with other markets now? Is Gurgaon now competing with the Dubai, for example? What's the sort of price difference are you seeing? And also, if it is our infrastructure sort of living up to that level?
So I'm glad finally you have moved on from comparing Gurgaon to Dubai and not Mumbai, but thanks for that. But I think what is happening in Gurgaon today, you're right. Gurgaon is a melting pot. It's got the and the good part, what the government is doing right now is it's actually working towards an infrastructure story which is far robust and which is futuristic. Whether it's the bullet train, whether it's these expressways that are being built, whether it's just the pure road networks, environmental issues that Gurgaon is working on, and also I'm a firm believer that you may have the best infrastructure, but you also have to look at people, right? Gurgaon has a very strong social fabric. Gurgaon's customers are extremely discerning. They've been there, done that. They're very demanding. They're very participative. Gurgaon's story has been of inclusion, and I feel if the people who form the community or the city, if they participate in that development and the growth, I think, and they make they make us, they're extremely, whether they're looking at demanding things, and rightly so. They are participating in discussions and dialogues and in the actual execution of projects. That kind of works very well for any growth story. So Gurgaon, I feel, Definitely in the price points that you mentioned, there were some reports that I saw that it was comparing us with some serious price points in Dubai, and I'm happy to note that. But I don't think that is something that we get encouraged by. I think for us, definitely Gurgaon, the kind of attention and the financial involvement that Gurgaon is getting in terms of investments, I feel that needs serious consideration in terms of a far more robust urban infrastructure story, and obviously the proximity to the airport and so many other things. I think most of these things are aligned. The most topical thing right now, the planets are aligned. I'm saying all these planets are aligned for Gurgaon to what it actually now needs to plan for the next decade. And I hope we collectively do that.